Hi, so today I'm going to be talking about another camera system. It's one that I think is the most sort of universally underrated medium format systems. 6x6, and a lot of people, when you talk about 6x6, they instantly think of the Hasselblad system, which, although is a good system, it's sort of the price of it has skyrocketed recently just because it's come back into popularity. And I think this is kind of another sort of excellent budget option, which I've had no issues with. It's kind of just a good standard place to start with medium format, and if you want 6x6 and you don't want to be spending sort of up to £1,000 easily on a system, it's a very good place to sort of get into it and get used to medium format and just experiment with it. And I'm talking about the Bronica system. So this is the SQ-A. They have three medium format systems. They've got the ETRS, so they've got the ETR, the ETRS, the ETRSI, and the ETRC, which is 6 by 4.5, so rectangular. And it's 15 shots per roll, which I used to have the ETRSI, had no problems with it. It was a very, very good system, but wanted something square, and so I upgraded to this one. So this is the SQ-A, as I said. They've got the SQ, the SQ-A, the SQ-B, the SQ-AM, which is a motorised one, and the SQ-AI, which is kind of the latest one. I had the AI, but there were some electrical problems with it, and sort of got the SQ-A as sort of a backup body. Haven't had a problem with this at all. Very, very reliable, just sort of very, very consistent, and for 6.6, very, very affordable. So I'm gonna switch camera views and give you sort of a overview of the camera, just show you what everything is, what everything does, and yeah, see what you think. Okay, so this is the Bronica system. This is the SQ-A, this is the square model, and as you can probably guess, it's a medium format camera. So it takes 120 film and takes square pictures. So 6x6, and as you just saw, it's fully modular. So everything can be taken off if you want. Obviously the back will come off. You can take the viewfinder off. You can take the crank off if you wanted, and obviously you can change the lens. It's a little bit stiff, but you get the idea. And then you're just left with a box, literally just a box. And if I advance this, 8-second exposure, it's literally just a box, nothing else, literally a box with a mirror in it. And there you go, reset the mirror, and I'll pop it all back together. It's very easy to pop together, actually. Everything kind of just slots into place. That's viewfinder. There you go. So normally with these you have a waist level finder, which is this one. So you just hold it at the sides, lift, and it pops up. There you go, you can see my radiator. If I focus it, you can see. There you go. So you got that. But normally when I'm using this, I don't like the waist level finder. So to put the waist level finder down, pinch it at the sides, and just fold down. To remove it, there's a little switch here. You pop down. So hold that down and pull that back, and it just lifts off. I normally use the AE prism, mainly because it gives me after priority if I want, and manual if I want, so it will tell me the exposure and how I need to change it. Same thing again, this just sits on top and we'll just push forward and click in. So in terms of sort of lenses for 6.6 format, the 80mm is sort of a standard lens. Works out to be about a 50. The method for working it out is you get this number, multiply it by 0.55, and you get what it would be equivalent to in a 35mm camera. It's very, very sort of basic maths. Just half it. So I've got an 80mm, 150mm, and a 50mm. So essentially I've got roughly 24, 28mm. This is about a 50, and then the 150 is about an 85-ish. So it gives you kind of a nice range all the way through. With the Bronica system, I chose it just because it's a much more affordable camera. Hasselblad systems will run you sort of £500 for just this, or just this with a waist level finder. I bought everything in separate parts, so body, back, lenses, and prism, and paid about £500 for this system, and as well as all the other lenses. So you can get kind of a full package for about £500, which I thought was very, very good. Have had a couple of issues. Before this one, I had the SQ-A, which is kind of the upgraded version of this. More electronics. You can do TTL metering with flash and a bunch of other things. Plus, you get a bulb mode, which you don't get with this. So this will just go down to 8 seconds, which is a little bit annoying. So for long exposures, the AI would be better. But I had an issue with that where every time I would press the shutter button, so this one here, it wouldn't actually fire. And then even with the cable release port here, it still wouldn't fire. So I've had it sent off for repair and replaced it with the SQ-A, just sort of as a temporary measure and temporary equivalent to it. You do have some sort of safety features in this. The shutter button is lockable, so you can rotate it and it will lock, so you can't press it. And there's a red dot which you can see on the side there. Let me get it in focus. Red dot that you can see just there, and that will tell you when it's locked, and you just rotate it out of that and it will take a picture again. You've also got a system where the dark slide, if the dark slide's in, it won't take a picture. As soon as you take the dark slide out, the camera will fire. So I've also got this in multiple exposure mode, and that's how you can take a picture of the Bronica. Otherwise it won't let you take pictures unless there's film in there, which is a bit annoying, but as long as you know it, you can remember it. So everything else about this camera, the back can't be removed once you've taken the dark slide out. It won't let you take the back off, just so you don't expose your film, which is a very good safety measure. Obviously you've got shutter speeds here, apertures here, so this is a 2.8, which plenty wide enough for most things. No exposure compensation, so let me just focus you. So on the SQ-A backs, there's a little wheel here which lets you do exposure compensation. Instead, with this one, let me just take the back off so you can have a look. Set ISO, you've got a wheel at the top, which is a bit annoying with the prism because once you've set it, you have to take the back off to change it. But with this, you just lift it up and rotate it, and it works all sort of fine. Talks to the prism through these little gold contacts here. Haven't done any problems with these. They're fully mechanic, so you're unlikely to find one that doesn't work. To open them, these two little buttons here, push them in and the back pops open. Then you've got your film insert and your back. Oh, that's from a, so this is a piece of paper that just has a circle cut out of it. I was going to be shooting circular frames rather than square ones, but I haven't done it yet. So with this, you'll put your fresh roll of film in here. These side pop out, so you can pop a roll in there. lock it in, roll the film back over here all the way into here, and then you would wind it on with this, and that would take up the film. And then you've got your start arrow here, so you'd get your start line on your roll of film to this point, and then close it up in the back, just drop it in and clip it down. When you popped it on the camera, you would see this go to 1 when you advance it, and it will automatically stop at 1, which is quite nice. To reattach this, there's some clips here. You have to go up into those, so make sure the top ones are in first, and then push the bottom ones. Oh, let me make sure I got this right. So you'd get those ones in the top, and then you would clip that shut. Once it's on, it's not coming off, and then it would advance to 1 as normal. Yeah, it's just a general nice basic medium format camera. It is an electronic camera, so there is a battery in there all the time, and there you go, just to prove there is a battery in there. That's your battery check light. And if I turn this over, let me make sure this will stay in. Yeah. So I've got a cover on here at the moment. Pull that off. This is where your battery goes. There's a little button here. Press the button, push it back, and that comes up. It's a little bit fiddly, but I guess you're not going to be changing batteries all the time. Let me just check this out. There you go. So it's just it's a 4 LR44 or a 4 SR44. It's sort of a universal camera battery. You can find them pretty much anywhere, and they seem to last a very long time. Haven't had to change this one for quite a while. Not even a lithium or anything like that. It's just a standard LR44. I'm going to pop that back. The SQ-A takes 4 individual LR44s, which is a little bit more annoying because it's got its own little holder for it, and you have to find 4 LR44s separately, which is a bit of a pain in all honesty. So for me, Bronica SQ for a 6.6 camera can't really beat it. I mean, Hasselblad lenses might be better and they might be sharper and things like that. When you consider the price and sort of you are getting quality lenses with this, it is a quality body. When you consider the price, it's sort of absurd that this gets so easily looked over compared to the Hasselblad. I will say as well that it's a leaf shutter lens, so the shutter is in the lens. That basically means that you can flash sync with any of the shutter speeds all the way up to 500th of a second, which is quite nice. If you want to control the environmental light as well as having flash, very good for that. I've got a Metz, the 45 CL4 for this, which basic sort of hammerhead flash, very easy to use, and I've had some quite good results from that. And you do have a mirror lockup, never really used it. If you're doing long exposures, it would be good, but there's no bulb mode on this, as I said, so haven't used it simply because I'm not really doing long exposures with it. But yeah, so I'll stop talking and I'll pop up some pictures that you can have a look at, sort of all things black and white and colour, and with flash, without flash, just to give you an idea of what this thing's capable of. So that is the Bronica SQ-A. Just a brief sort of overview. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the pictures. As I say, it's kind of a very underrated camera. You don't hear many people talking about it because Hasselblad sort of has such a presence in that sort of genre of cameras. It's one that I would highly recommend people check out. It's one that I'd highly recommend anyone starting to get into medium format look at, just as sort of a place to, even just to start out with. SQ for square, obviously, ETRS for 6x4.5, and GS1 isn't one I'd normally recommend. As I said, there's a few sort of issues with it, and it's not one that I'm really a fan of. But the SQs, all of them, very, very good cameras, and yeah, all round just a nice sort of little medium format system. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, all the usual, and I'll see you in the next video.